they can't hear me still. I'll transition. Hello, as well. It is the restreamer and comms for today. Isn't that insane?
Yeah, although you cannot see Ben's name, Ben is going
I
to
am hidden.
commentate.
I think me and Echo agreed to just hide Dom and commentary thing instead. Hopefully I've got everything sorted. I think I do, yes. I'm apparently very quiet. Isn't that great? I think that's Dom to turn me up.
Oh, do I need it? Okay, yeah, I can do that.
You're unbalancing.
Turn up Ben a little bit.
Through the restream.
Okay, turned up Ben a bit. Hopefully that's better.
I will get extra close to my mic.
Cool. Yeah. I think if we're all ready, I can give a countdown. Everyone ready here?
I'm ready.
Cat needed to. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, cat moment, honestly. We just had cat aisle, so I'll give a. My cats are probably going to be running around too. Anyways, we will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So this is Into the Jungle. I missed the the hidden spot there. Do I need to screen transition for this? I don't know how this works actually. So there is. I need to restart chapter. Okay.
Okay.
That timing is very tight. There's a dash crystal here that was added on March 12th, after I submitted to ARCHIETHON. The save's about 30 seconds and 90%. I will not be getting much of that time save because I screwed it up, but that's fine.
Yeah, Jungle. It is a custom mod, obviously, by Gur and the rest of the Jungle team. And yeah, it's just a well-done custom chapter.
Oh,
yeah, and in case you can't tell, Pride Align is the winner of the bid war. I don't think I announced that.
Oh, you did.
That's why we have the Pride hair. Very cool.
I'm pretty sure this is Dom's standard skin for practice as well.
This is
no change.
Yeah, this is just what I run with normally, and I'm very happy because there are 2 strats that I use visual cues for. There's one strat in Chapter 3 and one strat in Chapter 4, and I would not be able to do those with the Kirby skin. So I'm very happy that this ended up winning.
Yeah. Do you want us to do Vines or me, Dom?
Go ahead, then.
Alright, so this chapter, the first and main mechanic they introduce here is vines. They are kind of like walls, but you can jump through them. Sadly, you cannot corner boost on them. Very interested if someone makes a script if it will ever be public, but that's besides the point. And yeah, you just kind of grab onto them and move around on them. They'll be present throughout the whole run. So yeah, kind of got to get used to them. You can see Dom is also bouncing off. I really just want to call them piranha plants.
Piranha plants. I mean, that's basically what they are. Like,
they're kind of like Seekers in a way. They'll attack at you. They'll do a bunch of stuff. The only real difference is that their kill box, doesn't extend to the ground, so you can actually hyper under them, crouch under them, whatever you need to do. Makes for some funny stuff. Both me and Dom were, when this chapter came out, this map came out, we both had a fun time labbing a lot of strats, really. It's just good. It'll be a majority of what these strats are made up of.
Okay, missed the corner jump there. Oh, I get to go for it again. Okay. Let me try this one more time. This strat's a little bit rough. There we go. I'm going to do a screen transition right here to warp up here. Saves a few seconds. Very nice.
Oh, trees also, they are like vines, but there's 2 of them.
Yeah. Really cool strat in this room. Nice. This room has a pretty cool strat as well. You can skip the first rope if you do an ultra off of that plant there. I missed it. It's really, really hard. I just won't bother. Okay. Okay, so coming up is the last screen of Chapter 1. Something really weird about this screen is you have 5 frames to skip the fade out cutscene there. I went like a few frames early there. That's unfortunate, but yeah, really weird time save that exists for some reason. Chapter 2 uses the exact same fade out, and I don't know why it doesn't work there.
I am assuming funny hard-coded cutscenes.
Probably, yeah. So Chapter 2 has these mushrooms. They can carry momentum. Something that I will use once in the run, actually, is if you dash down onto them, you will get a tiny bit more height. And... oh, whoops. I'll use that once later. There's also these cobwebs, which are green bubbles, basically. I dashed like a frame late there. Chapter 2 is pretty tame, which is pretty nice. Chapter 1 is probably the hardest or the second hardest chapter. Also, it was a funny mushroom interaction.
Is it fair to say this is the one with the least skips and just more auto-scrolly?
Yeah, this one's very auto-scrolly, so it's pretty consistent, actually, which is nice.
There are some slight things you need to worry about that you normally wouldn't with cobwebs, where if you enter them, you start up for like, I think it's just the first frame, you start off 2 pixels higher like you would demoing into a bubble. So if you buffer a dash out of it, you may be out of position. It doesn't matter 99% of the time, but for some rooms, if you do buffer, you'll find yourself going into spinners or what are the plants anyway? Have we named them?
I don't think we have. But yeah,
all I'm saying,
yeah, now's your chance.
there are mushrooms, there are piranha plants. I think this is actually Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. That's all I'm saying.
I fully expect the next Captain Toad game to allow you to hyper.
Is now an okay time for a donation?
Yeah, of course.
Great. We have an anonymous $53 donation that says, "This community is great. Thank you to everyone."
So these spiders are pretty interesting. They actually don't appear until you hold left or right. And it's normally not an issue because they can't catch up to us, but there is one screen, it's actually the last screen, where that'll actually matter. So you'll see me stall in the beginning, or just like wait, and do nothing. This cycle's pretty scary. Okay,
Dom, you know you
got
can
it, thankfully.
wait at the... You can do the same strat by going neutral there as well. That's what I do.
Going neutral where exactly?
At the start of that screen, the scary one.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do. This cycle is a little bit scary. Taking a little bit slow, just to be safe. I couldn't find a consistent way to have that spider not kill me.
In this screen, you can go too fast and accidentally just dash whilst on top of the spikes, causing you to just die, even if you are dashing like through it.
So this screen at the beginning, you might have seen me just wait a little bit, and that was to affect the cycle. That last screen also has a 1.5 second time save, but you have to land on a 2 pixel ledge, and that is not viable. Okay, Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is probably the hardest level.
It is funny.
There's a lot of skips, like that one. That skip used to be terrible, but then a setup was found for it.
Mechanics-wise, we have
Mechanics-wise, yeah. Oh, whoops. Crumble blocks, but they move.
Yeah.
This chapter has 2 of the best skips in... Oh, whoops, I need my dash. Has 2 of the best skips in the entire run, honestly, and they're both in start, which is really cool.
Oh, we also have lizards. These brown lizards will kill you. They are very cycle dependent as well, so pain.
So here's the first skip.
They are
Can do
no
that.
longer friends.
And then here's the second one. There we go. Those skips
Nice.
are really, really cool.
Me and Dom had a fun time finding those, because I found the first one, Dom found the second one, it just makes for a great section. Why are we buffering? There we go.
Because I cannot do that movement.
No,
So
I meant
birds...
stream.
Oh, sorry.
It is having a time.
Birds are a little bit interesting in that they move 25% faster if they're holding Madeline. So it's just something we have to keep in mind. Oh, whoops.
Do we think Madeline's holding the bird, or is the bird holding Madeline?
I've never thought about this.
Because it does seem like the bird's trying to keep a straight path through that, not just trying to shake you off.
Yeah.
Do we have a pact with the birds? They're holding hands, flushed.
Oh, whoops, went a tiny bit late there.
So yeah, initially going into this chapter for strats, we thought that this would be one of the worst to lab, and just kind of, it would be an auto scroll. It turns out there was actually a lot, so it makes it kind of fun.
Yeah, it's really fun, like, once you get it down, it's just... It's so hard. Like, once things start to go wrong, there's not much you can do.
Just went through even.
Yeah. I'm transitioning. This room is one of the worst to die in.
Yeah, a lot of rooms have some pretty bad cycles on death, so it's very important to just not die.
Yeah.
Easier said than done.
Like, if I end up dying in some rooms, I will just end up screen transitioning, because I'm not going to attempt to, like, try to read the room with the death cycle. Like, this room is pretty rough if you die in it, but it's not too bad, which is nice. Cool demo there, that saves like 0.7. And if I go fast enough here, I can skip this bird grabbing me again. Okay, I missed it. That's fine. But yeah, this is the last checkpoint. I think it's about like a minute and a half long.
Wait, really?
And yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's why I've run this before.
It does have some pretty cool strats though. Like that one. I like that one a lot. And then we can just skip the bird in this room. Well, let's try that again. There we go. You can end that with another right dash, but it's really, really scary and I don't want to go for it.
Wait,
And then,
no.
yeah, you can. It's terrible.
I'm
this
getting
room, skip the bird.
strats right now.
And you can stand here for some reason.
Was this the room with the funny demo?
Yeah. There is a demo you can do at the beginning. It is very, very precise.
I don't blame you for not taking it.
It's so bad. It's like 2 frames, but you need a lot of speed going into the demo, so you actually make it. And yeah, it's pretty bad.
Hey, if you didn't notice, it's not into the jungle, it's actually into the temple. The background temple was actually getting bigger throughout, though. Very cool detail.
Yeah. Ben, you can explain chapter 4 mechanics if you want.
Alright, so here we have... Do we want to go... What term do we want? I will go with Bluetooth cabins. I usually say wireless cabins, though.
Yeah.
They will dash, but they will do their thing when you dash on one of 4 directions, the just up, down, left, or right, because we're not going to have diagonal movement cabins, right? Celeste modding community. But yeah, this is actually a really fun chapter,
whoops.
probably my favorite. Obviously, music as well. Absolute clueless banger. But yeah, we're gonna move the Kevins around. Just kind of not dash the wrong way, make some dash puzzles. The green ones will only dash once, I believe, or is it just like, no, the green ones dash a certain direction, whilst the orange ones will go until they hit a wall.
Yeah, think of them like
square
the
dash refills.
think of them like the bubbles in the base game.
Oh yeah, good point. Square ones will give you another chance to make a dash. That movement that Dom did, very unnecessary yet incredibly fun, just to make a block move. Nice.
Yeah, I was so scared to get that strat. So that was the second strat that I use a visual cue for. I used Madeline's hand, but sometimes her hand is just not visible, and I'm not entirely sure why. But I found a way around it, so I don't have to worry about it.
The Kirby skin. Blocking that.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we have possibly my favorite part, the hub room. I know I, for one, did a large part in labbing the current route, which was incredibly fun.
Oh, whoops.
We'll see Dom has had to just memorize the patterns that I can promise you there is no thoughts behind in that head. They are just doing the movement.
Something interesting here, if you retry, we can just skip the block going down. It doesn't work if you retry on the first frame, though, so you have to be a little careful.
Oh, and for the puzzle hubs still, if you leave the room before the reskin fee or whatever it is, doesn't hit the switch, even if it's going there, it just won't count. You gotta redo it. You gotta be careful.
Oh, goodbye block.
Yeah, Kevin has a good point. They just kind of took away the blocks' eyes and mouths.
Yeah.
Sadly, you can't get a lot of speed from that one block before the boulder section. Probably done on purpose.
I feel like it definitely was. Oh, that was interesting character frames. Okay. It's not okay. Let's try that again. There we go. That's what it's supposed to play. There's actually a hidden path up here. This saves like 0.5 or something. It's really, really nice. This room, we cannot dash up, down, left, or right. Otherwise, the crystal will get crushed, which is another mechanic that I forgot to mention. If the crystal dies, Madeline also dies.
I think I went through a considerable amount of that room casually before actually realizing, just because I was hypering everywhere.
I can get a cool vulture chain here. Nice. Another thing there that you have to be careful with is you can retry on the first frame of the cutscene, which I didn't know until very recently.
Same as the end of Chapter 3, which, we'll all get the death. We'll lose the run to funny retry.
I think Ben had that in a record run at one point.
I'm not mad at all. Why would I be?
Do you want to explain this section, Ben?
Yeah. So, this is a falling section. It's kind of funny. It's actually really hard to run. There's a lot of memory to it. There's a bit of jank as well. Sometimes the camera trigger won't work properly, and you won't fall. You'll just go off and hit the death plane. It's a little rough, but with enough memory, it's consistent. You'll see Don is sliding on the walls to land on the ground again instead of jumping up. That saves maybe 0.2, 0.3, but if you do it for every platform, that's definitely going to stack up.
Yeah, I remember Ben told me about that.
Yeah. I think the funniest part is if you look at the wall, it looks like everything's fallen, but then the spikes just aren't moving or anything on the side. Definitely a really hard section, though. Dom is getting this clean.
Yeah, basically, this section for me is kind of just try not to die. Anything that's like low 1 minute 1 second, or sorry, like 1 minute 10 seconds, something like that, is ideal. Chapter 5 is my favorite level. It's going to be introducing lanterns very soon, which were updated recently to control exactly like Theo. you might have noticed I'm doing a lot of wall jumps instead of climbing. There are vines on these walls, which are basically retextured ice walls from core.
So the chapter was definitely designed around not neutraling. We do not want any of that, though.
There's a terrible strat in this room. There we go. I blamed
Nice.
Ben because he found that.
I hate myself for finding that too, don't worry. If anyone finds a setup for it, like a consistent one, please let us know.
Did that work? Yeah, but, so I did a depth warp there to trigger this lantern being unlocked, and then just warping back to the screen because the trigger for Madeline's respawn is lower than unlocking the lantern, so we can death warp and save like 0.5.
Probably not that tough as well. You have a whole tile to do it as well.
Yeah, I do it
Like that.
a little bit risky by doing an ultra into it. It's much better to just like slide along the wall. So lanterns, they will make the thorns on the plants, I guess we can call them. They will make those go away, as you can see there, and they make oh whoops. They will they will make vines go away as well, so we can climb along walls, which is something I often forget about. And they make snakes go away.
Yeah, add the drawback of just not being able to dash though. So it's definitely balance.
Yeah.
That room took a while. I am such a positive commentator.
Another thing that's nice to have is a dash and grab bind. I only use it once, but it is pretty nice to have. You don't really need it now because of the update to make the lanterns like Theo, so they feel a lot better to use. Okay, in the next room here, there is a funny wall bounce that saves 2 seconds, and I will attempt it a few rooms before
Oh,
coming.
that room.
Nice. Okay, that is so scary.
Nice.
And then here's comb room that Ben mentioned. Oh, whoops. There we go.
Shout out to jungle devs for familiarity.
This is the Bergie bounce. Shoutouts to Comet for finding that. There was an old strat in that room that I found. Bergie bounce saves a second. So it's really nice, and it's so much easier. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to not die in this turn because the death cycle is not good.
This room was really weird to find strats for as well. It's just
Yeah.
kind of a mess in terms of running. It's a cool room to combine everything, but oh. Overall, this has been pretty clean, actually.
Yeah, there hasn't been anything too bad, thankfully. And then here's the awake section. This section is pretty cool. Oh, sad. It took me a while to realize that it was actually awake. Ben had to tell me.
Wait, really? I don't even remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he did. And then the cutscene is further to the right here, and that is time. Sorry, I should have mentioned that sooner.
But I may have stopped time early because I just reacted to what you said without thinking, but you know what, sure. Just pretend. GG.
Yeah, GG. That was fun. It wasn't that bad a run, thankfully.
Yeah, very nice run. Good job.
Thank you.
There are definitely some strats in there that I've never seen before, so really cool. And I love that the strat is named Bergie Bounce.
I
Really
know.
cool.
I got so excited when I saw that name.